What is up, YouTube? Welcome to PanFro Games. In today's video, I'm going to tell you the best way to defeat the 7-star Mightiest Mark Psychic Tera Mewtwo for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. This raid is no joke. This is easily the hardest raid I have ever done in Pokemon history. This is insane, but with these builds and strategies, you'll be able to clear this and get your Mightiest Mark Mewtwo and Mew. Of course, guys, if you like my type of content, enjoy my videos, please leave a like, subscribe if you're new. I really appreciate it. Please support the channel. Join the Pan Fam by hitting that join channel member button below. So let's break down this Mewtwo. What does this Mewtwo have? Well, it's level 100. It has its hidden ability, Unnerve, which means you can't eat berries. Not a big deal. It can't be shiny. It's Psychic Tera, and it has the Mightiest Mark when you catch it. You can only catch it once, so make sure you catch it in a cool ball. I like the Master Ball because, you know, it's purple. M for Mewtwo makes sense. It has a very interesting and strong move set. It does have its signature move, Side Strike, which is stab and Terra boosted here, does base 100 damage, and it hits your physical defense. So it's actually very important to have your physical defense increased and your HP maxed out if you're a supporter. Unless you're a dark type, then you're going to be immune to that. Now, speaking of dark types, if you're a dark type, Mewtwo does have coverage for that with Aura Sphere, which is a base 80 special fighting type move, which can be pretty deadly and definitely knock you out if the Mewtwo has some stat buffs. The Mewtwo also has Ice Beam, which is very annoying because you can get frozen by it, which is really not a great situation to be in. It does big damage, but if you use Pokemon that aren't weak to ice, it's not going to be an issue at all. And then it has a Calm Mind, which it will use on turn 0, and it will actually keep on using Calm Mind to further increase its special attack and special defense at the same time. And if it uses Calm Mind on all 4 players, it will essentially get +4/+4 in one turn, which is actually really scary. And it does use it on turn 0 to get an immediate +1/+1 on you. So the main thing about this raid is lowering that special attack and maybe the special defense. You want to go on a strategy like that because the Mewtwo will keep buffing itself. And because the shields go up immediately, you can't use Taunt to stop it unless the shields are down. You can't actually stop it from using the Calm Mind and setting up on you. Now, when the shields go down, it will use a rest immediately. It'll go to sleep, go back to full HP without the shield, and it is holding a Chesto Berry, meaning it will wake up immediately. So it's like you have to fight the Mewtwo again. This is like a real boss fight. It's actually pretty incredible. It has max defense EVs and max special defense EVs as well, which is insane with times 50 HP. This is wild. Now, Mew does get a 50% bonus to its HP and 20% bonus to his other stats. So I do recommend bringing Mew. And if you do beat this Mewtwo with a Mew, you do get a Mew with Mightiest Mark. So these builds will revolve around Mew for the most part. You do get a lot of nice items for the first time you beat it. You get 3 golden bottle caps, 3 ability patches, 100 Psychic Tera shards, and you get some nice stuff like some big candies, a King's Rock because you're a king. Here you go, King, for beating that Mewtwo, and some other stuff. Now, I'm going to say this. The raid is not good for farming. After you beat it, I wouldn't beat it again unless you really want Mightiest Mark on other Mews, because these other items are not great. Only 2% chance for ability patch? Come on. At least make it 50% chance. It's Mewtwo. It's not an easy raid for sure. All right, for our first build, I'm going to be doing Attacker Mew, because Attacker Mew is very important, especially if you're raiding with a group of 4. I recommend the item Metronome. Every time you do the same attack in a row, you do more damage, which is really nice because they're going to try to be spamming the same move over and over again, and it's going to really rack up. We're going to be going Bug Tera. Bug Tera is definitely the best Tera for this raid. If you've been paying attention to my other videos, then you probably already have a Bug Tera Mew, but just in case you didn't. And we're going to be going max HP, max attack, Adamant Nature. Very important because we're going to go with Physical Mew. Physical Mew is actually really good. On stream, we did a lot of Special Mew, and at the end of the day, my one run with Physical Mew ended up being a lot better than Special Mew. It was just more consistent. And we're going to be going with Swords Dance, Struggle Bug, Leech Life, and then Reflect. Honestly, the last slot, you can put Life Dew if you really want it. You can put Pollen Puff here if you really want to. Sort of doesn't matter too much because I really only use these 3 moves. Now, I will say Leech Life is a move you will want to use a PP max on because you will be using a lot of Leech Lives. Now, Sword Stance increases our physical attack by 2. Very obvious. Struggle Bug, because we are Bug Tera, it's going to get a boost in damage, but we don't have an investment in that. The important thing about Struggle Bug is it lowers the special attack stat through shields, right? And we're going to be doing some struggle bug spam in the beginning to try to neuter that Mewtwo, try to lower that special attack as far as possible. Yes, we are attacker, and our goal is to set up with Swords Dance and do damage and let the other supporters like do the struggle bug spam. But in the beginning of the raid, we do want to help at least with one struggle bug. And maybe when we like lose our stats throughout the raid, we can do a struggle bug again just to help a little bit, because it just makes it a little bit easier for everyone and just general raid survivability, because how you lose raids is by dying. Now, Leech Life is a great move, physical bug move that half the damage done comes back as HP. So this is the reason why we don't actually have like Shell Bell, because it's sort of redundant. And with Metronome and we just spam Leech Life, it's going to do more and more damage, meaning we get more and more HP back, meaning we have a lot more sustain and more damage. It's a really good item here, and we love that move. Now, also, of course, as Mew, you get the 20% boost to your stats and 50% boost to your HP, which is very important. Now, this is going to be Support Mew. I really like Support Mew a lot in this raid. I think every raid should have at least 2 Support Mews and probably 3 Support Mews. Most people will be running Mew. So 3 Support Mews and 1 offensive Mew will be great. You could do 2 offensive Mews and maybe 2 Support Mews. That could work too. But I like having 1 attacker and 3 supporters. So Shell Bell with Bug Terra. And max HP, max defense, bold nature, right? The big thing is Side Strike's the scariest move, so it hits your physical defense, and you know you want to be able to take that hit as best as possible. That's going to be very important. Now, the moves are going to be running here is one, Struggle Bug is on every Mew. It's the most important move in this raid. This is the attack you're going to be hitting the most. I honestly, you could use a PP max on this and be pretty useful, especially if you're online raiding, just because it could take a lot of Struggle Bugs depending how well your raid goes. Now, I like Pollen Puff a lot more than Life Dew. Well, one, Pollen Puff does a flat 50% HP regain to your allies. That's way better than Life Dew, right? Life Dew heals everyone for a little bit. It also takes a lot of the raid timer, which I don't like. Pollen Puff is the way to go for your healing move. Now, here, Misty Terrain is really good. So in this later part of the video, you see, I was saying Electric Terrain, right? Because the Mewtwo, after shields break, will go to sleep. But if Electric Terrain's up, then it can't go to sleep. But same thing actually happens with Misty Terrain, which I did not realize. The reason why I'm actually suggesting Misty Terrain over Electric Terrain is because the Mewtwo does have Ice Beam. And if you set up Misty Terrain and it's using Ice Beam on you, then you can't actually get frozen. So that is one up. So Electric Terrain is fine. Misty Terrain is actually a little bit better. It's more consistent, removes the freeze RNG from this raid, which is really nice. Now, the last move is going to be Taunt. And I really like Taunt on this Pokemon. Taunt is so good because after the shields are broken, you can use Taunt on the Mewtwo, and it'll stop using Calm Mind. Well, it'll try to use Calm Mind, but it can't actually do it, which is even better. It won't even stop using it. It'll try to use it every now and then and be like, I can't use it. So it just wastes its turn. And then you and your teammates, after the Taunt is activated, can just spam that Struggle Bug and just absolutely lower that special attack so it can't actually knock out anyone, which is going to be massive. Now, if you are running a group of 4, I would actually recommend this. I would say one person can have the Misty Terrain and one Mew can have the Taunt, and then maybe replace the other move that you don't have with Helping Hand to help out the attacking Mew to do as much damage as possible. Now, special shout outs to Alolan Muck here, who's actually a beast. Alolan Muck is so good in this raid. I know everyone's going to use Mew, but if you want a fun supporter, I would recommend Alolan Muck. It's actually really good. One is typing's phenomenal, is immune to Psy Shock, but because it is a poison type as well, Aura Sphere is neutral. And it has really high HP and special defense already naturally. So it's really good, and because it's immune to Psy Shock, Psy Strike, you can just focus on special defense and just be as bulky as possible. And we're going to be using the item Wide Lens here, which is very important. Now we're going max HP, max special defense here. Your ability does not matter. You're going to be incredibly bulky with this because you're only being hit by Aura Sphere, which is neutral, Ice Beam, that's neutral, right? And your moveset is actually really fun. So for most of the raid, what Alolan Muck is going to be using is Snarl. Snarl, it's going to be stab and super effective. It has a 5% chance of missing, but it does, it lowers the special attack. It's great. And you can also do some Mud Slap stuff as well. If you get the Mewtwo down low, you can start using Mud Slap, lower the accuracy, so maybe it starts missing us, which is always fun. And the big thing is, it has Screech. Screech is phenomenal. Screech is so good because when those shields are down and you've taunted that Mewtwo, start hitting those screeches, right? Because the other Mews will be using the Struggle Bug. You can use Screech and just help out your attacker Mew and just do as much damage as possible. And you also have Helping Hand. So if you do run 2 Mews and then Muck, you can actually just keep the 2 Mews with the moveset I showed just before this, and then just have this Alolan Muck with this set. And like I said, for the most part, you'll be Snarling, maybe use a PP Max here if you want to. When shields go down, you can use Screech. Every now and then, you can use a Mud Slap for funsies if the Mewtwo's really down on special attack. Pop a Mud Slap every now and then. And then when you see an opportunity to help your attacker, use Helping Hand. Actually, I did forgot to say, Wide Lens does increase your accuracy by 10%. So Snarl actually hits 100% of the time, never have to worry. And Screech will be 94% accurate, which is phenomenal. Those are the 3 builds. I'm sure there's other builds. I'm sure you can like maybe use Umbreon or Grimmsnarl, but I really like Alolan Muck here, and he doesn't get a lot of love in general. Now for the general strategy of this raid. So for the attacker Mew, very simple for you. I would recommend on turn 1, you just use Struggle Bug, and then after that, set up your Swords Dance 3 times, and then hit that Leech Life multiple times. If your stats get reduced back, then you can go back, use another Struggle Bug, and then set up 3 more Swords Dance and just go for Leech Life, and then you're going to go through those shields. Now, for the supporter Mew, it's a little bit more complicated, and I think this is the most important part of this whole video. So the supporter Mew here, one of the supporter Mews definitely will want to use a defense cheer at some point in this raid. I would probably recommend it relatively early, maybe even like turn 2 or turn 3, getting a defense cheer. But for the most part, as a Mew player, you're going to be spamming Struggle Bug for most of this raid. Now, it's very important, before the shields break, you want to have Misty Terrain down, and when after the shields break, you want to make sure at least one of the support Mews uses Taunt. That's pretty much what you need to do. If you see someone under 50% HP, use Pollen Puff on them and heal them up. That is going to be the best thing, because you have all these special attack drops on it, and you're going to have a defense cheer up. You're not going to be taking a lot of damage in general, and because you have the EVs and the IVs right in your stats, you're going to be good to go. Now, once again, if you are playing with Alolan Muck instead of these Mews, very similar. You're just going to be using Snarl the entire time. And then when the shields eventually go down, you're going to be start Screeching and Helping Hand the main attacker, Mud Slap when you can. And that's the general strategy. Now, let's go into what I recorded from the live stream. It's not as clean as these builds, for sure. These builds are more optimal than what I did on stream, but it's the same general idea, and these builds will actually perform better than what I just did on my channel. All right, let's try Physical Mew with the Alolan Muck. The shiny Alolan Muck. Hell yeah, thank you, Chains. Let's do it. Wait, the Mirror Herb was used up. What is happening? Alright, that's the Struggle Bug. I'm gonna check on strats. Stats here. Struggle Bug them down. Struggle Bug them down. Alright, what is his stats at? Alright, I'm gonna start Swords Dancing. Yo, Alolan Muck is unstoppable. Holy moly. Alolan Muck is a beast. I'm dancing. Don't forget that the support Mews will need a heal at some point. Alright. Us in support Mew should definitely Tera for sure. Alright, so now I'm at max attack. And I'm gonna hit a Leech Life. All right, so the important thing is when the shields are about to go down, we need electric terrain up. And when the shields are done, we need to get that taunt up. All right, we're chunking. We're chunking. And I'll get that full heal. You guys just got to keep each other healthy. Don't forget to keep each other healthy. I'm using a metronome as my item, so every time I use the same attack, I do get a damage boost. I believe it caps after using the same move 5 times in a row. We can use an electric terrain soon? We can... Okay. We can use electric terrain soon. All right, remove my stat changes. Okay, maybe it was too soon. I'm gonna leech life. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna see if this option was better for me to Swords Dance or leech life. Maybe I should have Swords Dance. Yeah, I'm gonna Swords Dance instead. Yeah, we may need to get the electric terrain back up again because I'm gonna have to take 3 turns to set up Swords Dance again. It's all good. It's all good. It happens. All right. All right, one more or two more after this one. All right, one more after this one. Dude, Alola Muck is seriously not dying, though. All right, one more for me. Oh, we got a freeze. If you're frozen, don't forget you can use Heal Cheer. I feel unstoppable. All right, we're gonna need electric terrain coming up. Electric terrain coming up. Thank you. All right. Dude, Alola Muck is a beast here, dude. People be sleeping on the Alolan Muck right now, I feel. All right, we need Taunt from the other Mew now. We're going to need Taunt. All right, we did it. We did it. We did it. No sleepies. No calm mindies. And now we can actually get Screeches off. I'm This is huge. This is huge. Everyone's healed up. Bro, he's using Aura Spear. He's done. This dude is so cooked that he's using Aura Spear on a bug type. Bro. And one more, and there we got it. Dude, Alola Muck is so good. We did it. We did it. Let's go. Alola Muck, a legend, dude. Let's go. Yo, you know what? Good job. Good job to everyone, dude. That was awesome, dude. That was so awesome. That was freaking awesome. Let's go. That was sweet. That was sweet. That was sweet. Yeah, lots of time left. That took... my recording was 9 minutes long. Well, guys, of course, if you enjoyed this, please leave a like, subscribe if you're new. I really appreciate it. I really love, you know, special and physical Mew are both solid for sure. They're both great. I do think physical Mew has a bit of an easier time for sure under survivability. Pollen Puff is major key here over Life Dew. Life Dew just ain't it. Pollen Puff, the heals on Pollen Puff is massive. And honestly, you don't even need to use Mew. Something like Alolan Muck is really good for this raid. Nice and bulky. Has that Snarl helping hand. Has Screech at the late game, so you don't have to worry about Swords Dancing again. You can just rely on the Muck with the Wide Lens Screech to help you out. And there you go. That's Mewtwo. Honestly, I feel like that's my favorite Mewtwo clear. I hope you guys enjoyed that.